Hello class 9th, welcome to the online tutorial sessions. Today we are going to start a new subject which is introduced in your class 9th. So up to class 8th you all must be studying social science, under which there were three subjects, that is history, civics and geography. But from 9th the CBSE introduces one more subject which is economics. So in class 9th, we are going to start the first chapter of economics, which is the story of village Palampur. Now, this chapter's name is the story of village Palampur. It does not mean that there is a story you have to learn. No. But through the story of village Palampur, you will get to know how a village life happens. How a villager, how a farmer, how the people living in the villages earn their livelihood, what they do for their earning, what are the activities performed, how they produce goods, how they consume goods. Like all this stuff you have to learn in this chapter. Now, before starting the chapter, I would like to tell you something about the new subject, which is economics. What is it all about? Economic activities such as production. You know what is production? To produce something, to manufacture something. Consumption, to consume something. Suppose you are a consumer, you are going to market, you buy a bread and you eat that bread with butter. So the bread you just used to eat, that is the consumption of the bread. So to consumption means to consume, to utilize something for our satisfaction. And related to finance or money, which is related to money. Anything which is related to money comes under the economics. All the real things around your surrounding, these are the things which are actually in your surroundings. The money is there, the factories are there, you are there as a consumer. So all these things are the real things which are around you. Now, before starting the chapter, what is Palampur or where is Palampur? So Palampur is a hypothetical village. Now what does hypothetical means? Hypothetical means something which is imaginary, something which is in your mind but it does not live in the reality. It is the hypothetical village. It is the imaginary village through which the book of NCERT is trying to tell you the what life of the villagers is supposed to be in the villages, how they produce goods and services. Now, under this chapter, you will get to know, to learn the basic concepts of production and related story. Basic concepts of production, how they produce things, what are the things required for the production, and which is related to the story of village Palampur. Now, we will also see how various resources, how different things which can be used by the humans are combined to produce the desired goods and services. Not only production, we will see how different things are combined together to make the desired goods and services. Now what are goods? Goods are something which a consumer utilizes for the satisfaction of the needs. And what are services? Services are the intangible things. What are intangible things? Intangible things means which you cannot touch, but you can feel that there is something such as service. Now for example, as a teacher, I am providing you a service of educating you, of imparting you knowledge. So these services are those intangible goods which you cannot touch, hold or see, but you can feel that thing. Like the service of a doctor, you cannot hold the prescription, you cannot hold the advice. You just feel it that the doctor gave us the advice and now I have to follow this. So this is the service in the village Palampur. So this is going to be taught in this first chapter. Let's know something about this hypothetical village Palampur. Some key features, some key factors of this hypothetical village. So the first is Palampur is well connected village with neighboring village and town. The Palampur is connected with the village, other villages and the other towns. The other village is Raiganj, its name is Raiganj, and the other town from which Palampur is well connected with Shahpur. How they are connected? They are connected through roads and transport. They have roads, and how they connect? Through the transport. They transport one thing to other places. Now, the second thing, the village has about 450 families belonging to several different castes. They have 450 families in total who belong to several different types of caste. The upper caste families, in these 450 families, the upper caste are 80. 80 families belong to the upper caste family who owns the majority of land in the village. Now, suppose this is the total land area of Palampur. So the 80% of land is covered by the upper caste people, and the rest of the land, the SC, the scheduled caste, or we call them as Dalits, comprises 1/3 of the population and lives in one other corner of the village. So the other corner of this land belongs to the scheduled caste, the SCs. Fine. Now, the next topic, the next point, the village has availability. This is very important point. This village has availability of what? Electricity. This village has got electricity. This is an electrified village. And it has 2 primary schools. What are primary schools? Which are up to the class 5th, and a high school which is up to class 10th. A primary health care. What is a primary healthcare center? It is also known as public healthcare center. It is usually in the rural areas, and 2 physician surgeons are there which can perform several minor surgeries. And a private dispensary. What is a dispensary? Where the medical supplies are there. The medicines, the medical supplies, the kit for the surgeries, the gloves, the other important thing which I use in the medical stores. Fine. So these are the things which are in the village of Palampur, which is a hypothetical village. We produce those goods and services. Now, there are 4 requirements. There are 4 requirements for production of goods and services. There are 4 things required. The first one is land. The ground, the land, along with all the resources like forest, the underground water, the minerals, the fertility. The land along with other natural resources such as forest, water and minerals. All these things constitute the land, and all together we call it land. Not just the upper layer of the soil. No, we can include the forest, the water, the minerals on that land. Okay. The second thing which is required is the labor. Now, what is labor? Those people who work for the production of these goods and services. All those people who work for the production of goods and services. Now, people will do work which could be, there are different kind of works, which could be skilled work. What is skilled work? For which we are being trained. Suppose I am a teacher, I am a trained teacher. I have done my training for teaching. So I am a skilled labor here. Who is unskilled? Have you seen those workers who just carry the load on their back? Those are the unskilled labor. They are not trained for anything. They just carry out the loads. The educated, those people, suppose an engineer. He is educated. He is being trained. He is being educated for the manufacturing of machines. Or the uneducated, those people who are not educated but still they do out some of the work. which depends upon the nature of the work. What kind of labor we need, either skilled, unskilled, educated or uneducated, it depends on the nature of work. If I am having a work of loading things, then I will use unskilled or uneducated people. What if I required some skilled people for doing something, for training someone? We need the educated or skilled laborers. Fine? Okay. Now the third requirement for the production is physical capital. What is physical capital? Physical capitals are things which are required during every stage of the production. Physical capital, the variety of inputs. Inputs means things required at every stage during production. These are the things which are required for the production all along, every time, on every stage. Now, the physical capital can be divided into two parts. The first is now fixed capital. What is fixed capital? Fixed capital includes tools, machinery, building, etc. These are the things which can be used by the owner or the firm or the producer for a longer period of time. These are used for manufacturing goods. They can be with the firm for a longer period of time, like tools, machinery, buildings. They remain with the company for a longer period of time. Now the next is working capital. What is working capital? Raw materials, money in hand. These are required on a day-to-day basis. These are not required on a day-to-day basis. They are, building is for lifetime, machinery is for lifetime, tools are for lifetime. But the raw materials, money, they are required for the day-to-day process. Raw material, without raw material you cannot manufacture anything. Now the fourth requirement is human capital. Now what is human capital? The knowledge, the skills, the expertise. The knowledge, the skills and the expertise. If we are good at something, we are expertise. If we have knowledge of doing something, we have the knowledge. If we are trained to do that work, then we are skilled. Which are required by the human beings is called human capital. All those things which are needed by the human beings for the accomplishment of the production is the human capital. These are the things which are fixed capital and working capital. These are the things which are required by the firm for the manufacturing, like tools, machinery, building, raw material, money in hand. But what about human capital? Human capital is the knowledge, the skills and the expertise required by the human beings. Understood? Okay. All these four things, these constitute the factors of production. All these four things together are known as the factors of production. This is a very important topic for you. You will get this topic in your 10th also, and if you go for the commerce, then you will get for the class 11th and 12th also. So note it down somewhere, take the screenshot and write it somewhere. So that's all for today's video. I hope you have learned something. Let's see in the next video. Stay safe, stay home.